Hello and welcome to Sports Today's Morning News Wrap. I'm Siddharth Gulati and I'm going to bring you all the latest updates that made the headlines on different newspapers and on various digital platforms. So as always, as it has been a usual drill, let's just begin with some cricket news and obviously some England versus India updates from the Manchester Test. Well, India are clearly under the pump at stumps on day two. England were clearly in a great position here. They were 225 odd for two, just trailing for round about 133 odd runs with respect to India's total in the first innings. Well, India, they had scored about 358. They were led by a couple of 50s from Sai Sudarshan, who returned for this test. And obviously Rishabh Pant, who battled a toe fracture. He still scored a 50, a fighting knock from India's keeper batter and the vice captain. And they managed to score 358. And in response, England have actually been led by 50s by their openers in Zach Crawley and Ben Duckett. And they have basically posted a strong reply by scoring about 225 odd at stumps on day two. Now let's just take a look at some of the reactions here, some of the newsy things from the Manchester Test. Well, Ashwin is actually surprised with the Team India's selection for the Manchester Test. Ashwin, he clearly says that what's the need of having someone like a Shardul Thakur over Kuldeep Yadav if you're going to give him only 5 overs to bowl in a day's play. That's what he's really surprised with. He's not happy with India's tactics and he wants that India should get over their obsession with having a batter at number 8 and rather have a wicket-taking bowler in Kuldeep Yadav so that he can help you get those crucial wickets and at the very same time help the team get the required amount of 20 wickets here. So that's the thing with Ashwin. He's not really happy with Team India's selection. He clearly mentioned that he has nothing against Shardul Thakur, but if Shardul Thakur is being underutilized, then it's better that Kuldeep Yadav plays ahead of him because Kuldeep Yadav is a genuine wicket taker. And even if India go in with 3 spinners, it's absolutely fine. You need Kuldeep Yadav who can get you those crucial wickets. Also, Ricky Ponting is surprised with Shubman Gill's tactics here. He clearly mentioned that Shubman Gill used Jasprit Bumrah from a very wrong end here. He bowled Jasprit Bumrah from for most parts of his spell from Anderson end, but rather than that, he should have actually bowled him from the Statham end, from where most of the wickets have actually come. That's where Shubman Gill's tactics have come into question, led by former Australia captain Ricky Ponting. Also, Shardul Thakur has praised the unmatched resilience of Rishabh Pant. Well, Rishabh Pant, he batted with a toe fracture in his toe and still managed to score a half century in India's first batting innings, although he's not keeping. But in the second innings, if India need him, then he is going to bat. But Rishabh Pant is ruled out of the Oval Test due to the same fracture. Shardul Thakur has really praised him. On the other hand, Zach Crawley has also praised Rishabh Pant's fighting ability by saying that most of the batters won't really have come out to bat with that kind of an injury. And he also called Ben Duckett unbelievable after his partnership with him in the first batting innings of England here. Both scored 50s, which led a strong reply for England. So that's about it as far as the England versus India Manchester Test is concerned. There's going to be proper discussions that we'll have on day 3, also lunch tea, and obviously when the day ends. Now, something about England's latest fixtures for 2026. Well, England women, they are going to take on India women in a total of three T20Is and a historic test at Lord's in June, July 2026. I think one of the things is also in August too. And also the India men are going to tour England for a total of 5 T20Is and 3 ODIs. Now, whether you're going to see Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli in action or not in ODIs is something that remains to be seen. But that's the only format in which they are active cricketers. Also, a bit about South Africa's tour of Australia. Aiden Markram and Themba Bavuma have returned to lead the respective sides of South Africa on their white ball tour down under, which will include a total of 3 T20Is and as many ODIs here. So for South Africa, Aiden Markram is going to lead them in the T20Is. The incumbent captain, and in ODIs, Themba Bavuma has returned. So as the captain, both actually missed the recently concluded tests and the T20 series in Zimbabwe. Aiden Markram was rested while Themba Bavuma suffered a hamstring injury ahead of the Zimbabwe series. He was the one who guided them to the WTC final victory over Australia just about a month ago here. Anything maybe missing? I don't really think so. Pretty much everything has been covered. So now let's just see what the newspapers really have to tell us. The best section of the morning wrap here. Nikhat Zareen, Lavlina Bogohain to spearhead India at the World Boxing Championships. IOA's internal differences have been resolved and CEO appointment ratified by EXCO. Also, Unnati has stunned Sindhu for biggest victory of her career. It's Unnati Hooda, who is just a 17-year-old. She defeated Sindhu in an all-important badminton tournament here. That's where it's basically the China Open in Changzhou, and that's where she has gotten the better of the two-time Olympic medalist. Then New Zealand crushed Zimbabwe to keep perfect record in the Tri-Series. Tanvi has entered the Asia Junior quarterfinal as far as the badminton championships are concerned. And India will play 5 T20Is and 3 ODIs against England. That's going to happen next year, the India men's in July. And Anahat Singh has entered her first junior semis as far as the World Squash Junior Championships are concerned. So that's about it as far as the morning wrap is concerned. Let's maybe take one question here. Syed Nizamuddin is saying that after Ashes 2005, this is the best series. I don't know if two really can be compared, but yeah, India have fought tooth and nail. CM says hi to you. Last question before we wrap things up. Divya Lok Singhal is saying that I don't understand when GG will come out of T20 style all-rounders plan, even if it's falling after a good sample size of matches. Shari Hola, that's a prediction question, but if you ask me, I think it's going to be a long day for India. And Divya Lok, I've been of the same opinion. You better play specialist in a test match. That's how you're going to get wickets. But if that's not the case, then I think India have a lot of rethinking in that particular case. So that's about it as far as the morning wrap is concerned. Stay tuned to Sports Today as we bring you all the latest updates and analysis from the sporting world. And I think one final comment that has come. Satvik is asking, I don't understand why Washington wasn't given the over yesterday. This is something that even baffles me. When you're really playing someone as an all-rounder, better to use them. Even Shardul Thakur was pretty much underutilized. So if that's really the case, then better play specialists. And that's something that India are not really doing. So let's see how things go. There's still a lot of time left in this match. But if you ask me personally, I think it's going to be a long day for India today. So stay tuned to Sports Today. We'll bring you all the latest updates and analysis from the sporting world. England versus India, Women's Chess World Cup and All India final awaits us here. Lot more things coming your way.